Well, race fans, it's the start of the 2019 season, and I've just arrived at Skagit Speedway and my usual parking spot, and this is the view that I get upon arrival. And that'd be kind of interesting to just give you a shot of what I see when I first arrive. Alright, so the next order of business is to head over to the main gate, put our gear down. During racing season, Skagit Speedway is my home away from home. It's a box to check in. I come across Caleb Hart. Caleb is the announcer for the Skagit Speedway. Been that way for a number of years now.
This is year number 15.
15?
15, yeah. Not all of them up in the big booth, but this is year number 15 for me.
You are making me old. You know that, don't you?
I have literally spent over a third of my life announcing at Skagit Speedway at this point in time. So put that into perspective.
Okay. Caleb, you always do a wonderful job, and it's opening night, so how you feeling?
Butterflies. This isn't Butterfly City for you. I don't know what will be. It's always exciting to get the year kicked off, to see who's going to do what and when, all the new looks on the cars, new drivers, new divisions. It's all kinds of excitement.
All right, Caleb. Well, we look forward to the evening.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You bet. And so here's the walk as we're headed for the pit shack. And again, we're on the south end of the track now. And we're going to kind of wind our way around, go down. Also at the south end of the track is the quarter midget track, the Skagit Quarter Midget Club, where they race every Saturday, and the kids have a lot of fun. And as we're headed towards the shack, off on the south side of the track is your camping area. And every season, a number of sprint car fans and modified fans and outlaw tuner fans, they come out and they park their trailers for the entire season. And there she is, the pit shack, where I'll check in, and then we'll go about our business in the pits, talking to drivers and giving you a bird's eye view of racing at Skagit. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. And folks, this is Sarah.
Hello.
She checks us in. Okay. All right, so here we are. We're at the entrance to the pits, and of course you got to show them your wristband. And we'll just go ahead and take a stroll down pit lane. It looks like opening day, so we've got a lot of cars here, and that is awesome. So tonight we've got 4 classes. We've got the 360 sprints, we've got the sportsman sprints, we've got the modifieds, and it looks like we've got some of the Focus midgets that are here. They're not on schedule, as far as I know, to race, but opening day, a lot of times you'll see half a dozen or so of the Focus midgets that come out and run hot laps and use it kind of like a play day. And play day a week ago was rained out, so they're going to be using that there. Hey, Mr. Colton. So, race fans, this of course is Colton Heath, driver in number 33. How you doing, Colton?
Oh, not too bad. Nice day here in, what are we? We're still in April, right? So
yeah, we are. We are.
Nice day for April.
Yeah. So, how was your run at Yakima?
Well, first night sucked pretty good, and then we had a rear end failure, and that was like pushing off for the main, so we didn't even get to run. And then the next night we started 6th, ran 3rd, and we were pretty good, just not good enough. So
all right, so
hopefully get a little better tonight.
So you excited for the season?
Yeah, I'm ready to go, ready to do some racing. You know?
Okay.
Keep the rain away. And
looks like you got a bit of a different paint scheme on the car this year.
yeah, a little bit different, you know.
Yeah.
Try and change it up every once in a while to make it a little different.
Okay. So, every year I gotta ask you this because I know the big race that all the 360 drivers shoot for is Dirt Cup, and you've had some ups and downs in Dirt Cups. You think there's any magic or science to being able to actually win that baby?
Well, I just think you got to be really good. Guys like even Solwald, he is always pretty much up front in that, and Haferteef and Bergman and those guys are always up front. So, between the pill draw and all that, I don't think it really matters. If you're really good and your car is good and you don't mess up a whole lot, you'll be in position to try and win it. So,
okay.
Just try and work on that.
All right, Colton. Sounds good. We will, of course, chat with you throughout the season. It's always great chatting with you.
Yeah, you too.
So have a good run tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet. So you can see we do have a good turnout of cars here. And of course you've got your weigh station. And you got your safety crew. You got your ambulances. And in this area right here is where they run the show and they have the drivers meeting.
Attention to the pit meeting right now, guys. Let's go. No firing of the engines. Do not fire your cars up. Pit meeting right now at the whiteboard. Let's go.
And that was Steve Byler, owner and promoter of Skagit. He's also the promoter of Elma Raceway down at Grays Harbor. And as I was saying, Speed Mart is owned by Barry Martinez, and Barry is a long-time racer. And now he pretty much just helps racers with all the parts and supplies and things they need to go racing. And you can see the folks are headed in for their meeting. And there's Bill Root. He owns two cars. He owns the 79K and the 33. They're sportsmen. And they are kind of several seasons they've been the cars to be. Bill Root himself, track champion in the 33, and Kelsey Carpenter, who drives the 79K. Kelsey has the distinct honor of being track champion in the 410s, the 360s, and the Sportsman's. And of course, opening day wouldn't be opening day without Sean. Sean in the dirt.
What
How
up,
you
man?
doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Ah, doing good. Doing good. It is.
That dual track thing will be cool.
Yeah, well, hopefully we're gonna see cars going both ways, coming up from down south out of Elma, and coming up here, and then the guys up here that typically a lot of times won't travel down. That hopefully they're gonna do that this year and travel down.
Well, and what's more important
nice.
is they're not racing the same weekend. Like, that's really nice.
Right.
So
Right.
that's really awesome that Steve did that. The crowd loves the 360s, so
Oh yeah.
they love that speed and that power, that you don't get with the other classes. So it's fun to have the little tracks.
Yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to see how it works.
It's like driver's meeting's going.
Yeah. All right, Sean.
All right, man.
Be good. Hey, race fans, we're here with no stranger, Bailey Jean. Bailey, you ran 2 years in the Sportsman. You got a taste of, I'm just going to say big boy racing last year in Dirt Cup. You did remarkably well with the Sportsman, the lower horsepower engine. And the big news this year is you stepped up to the 360. How's that for you?
It's so awesome. Yeah, like you said, last year we ran Dirt Cup and 360 Nationals, and that was a lot of fun getting to race with those professionals, honestly. They do that for a living. Like I said, this year we're moving up to the 360, and I'm super excited. We went to Yakima last weekend and did really well over there. Even got top 10, which was awesome. And I think we're just learning the car and trusting each other out and learning the track, every time we go out there. So I'm excited for this year.
So Yakima is almost a half-mile track,
Yeah.
I believe. And everyone that I've talked to who comes out of the Sporties and goes into the 360s here at Skagit, they all say the same thing. The turns, you come up on the turns a heck of a lot faster. Did you have that experience at Yakima?
No, not really. honestly, because the track is a lot bigger, I think that you have a lot of time. The biggest thing with Yakima is the wind, because you're on the east side. They get really strong winds over there, and when you go into the front stretch, you know, that wind just hits your wing and wings your whole car over going into turn 1, so you really have to keep your foot in it, and you have to keep your car straight, or it's not going to be a quick time.
Okay, well, we'll check in, of course, with you later. Have a great run tonight and enjoy your 360 season.
Thank you.
You bet. All right, race fans, we're here with Bill Rood, and Bill is the owner of the number 33 and the 79K. Bill, first thing I noticed is new driver uniforms, and the cars are looking spectacular. It looks like you had a busy off season.
Actually, it wasn't really that bad. We just put together a couple new cars. I finally, for the first time in my career, bought a custom suit, because when you're short and fat like I am, you walk on the bottoms if you don't.
Okay.
And Kelsey needed a new suit, so I bought him one at the same time. Just trying to step the program up a bit. There's a lot more competition this year in the sportsman class, and we thought we should step up and join it.
So now, are both cars new cars?
Yes, both cars are new.
Wow. Now, wait, are they new chassis, new engines, or?
Pretty much the oldest thing on the cars are probably the fuel cells, and they're a couple years old.
Oh my goodness. Well, excellent, excellent. So, Bill, I know that every year you put on the Sportsman Championship, and when's that going to run this year?
That is June 15th, I believe is the date. It's the same night as the big rigs again. Anybody that wants to help support that, give me a call, 360-610-5732.
All right, excellent. And it looks like you got a new sponsor, and who might that be?
We got Keystone Building Services. We had him last year too. He came on board late last year. Chris Vignon, he's a great guy. He's always down here whenever he gets a chance and helps us out. Him and his daughter Charlie, they're just really good people. Glad to have him on board.
All right, excellent, Bill, and you have a great run tonight.
All right, thank you.
All right, race fans, we're back here with Colton Heath, and he's going to show us probably the biggest rule change between last year and this year. And Colton, that's a safety bar, right?
Yeah, basically they wanted to close the span of distance. Can't see with the panel on, but the bar's right here. And basically just to shorten where this point here connects to the point back here where it connects. If you didn't run anything there, then it had such a long span. So basically what they did was made it so you have to run a bar here to help try and keep the cage from collapsing and make them a little safer. Nobody's put it to the test yet, so we'll see. But
okay.
it should be better. Hopefully, we had some guys hurt and stuff, kind of caused by that situation. So hopefully we'll.
Now putting that extra support bar in, did that change the chassis at all?
Well, I haven't changed anything from what I've really done in the past. So either I'm not good enough to feel it, or I just keep doing what I'm doing and it works out. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. And race fans, here we go. We're officially underway with the 2019 season at Skagit Speedway with our first heat, and it is your limited sprints, your sportsmen. I thought about not showing the full heat races, just kind of doing the highlights, but that's no fun. So we're going to show all the heat races in their full length, and it just simply means that sometimes I'm not going to say a lot. Just let the racing speak for itself. Of interest as Michael Bollinger in the number 73 is on point and he is showing the way around. Of interest is that the fast time qualifier for your sportsmen was Joe Lyon in the number 54, and he would need to finish in the 5th spot or better in order to retain his pole starting position in the A feature race. As we get a car, that's the number 99 car of Malachi Gemmer. Gets it up against the wall, brings out the caution. And we're back to racing. Our first official caution and restart of the season. Joe Lyon, he's having a little bit of trouble out there as he bicycled 54 through turns 1 and 2. Michael Bollinger continues to show the way as we take another shot at the 54 of Joe Lyon. In the second spot, it is Chase Getz in the 7-0, the all-white car. And in the third spot, it is the 79K of Kelsey Carpenter. This one's going to end up with Michael Bollinger taking the win. In the second spot, it's the 7-0 of Chase Getz. In the third spot, it's the 79K of Kelsey Carpenter. In the fourth spot, 54, Joe Lyon would finish in the top 5, which he needed to do, as we watch the 44 car in Heat 2 get it going the wrong way. In the fifth spot in Heat 1 was the 06 with John Thorpe. In the sixth spot, the number 2 with Corey Swatzina. And in the seventh spot, the 99 of Malachi Gemmer. Heat 2 action for your sportsmen. Once Jamie Barnes, 2-time Dirt Cup winner, once he gets that point, he's just not going to let it go. And in your Heat 2 racing action, Jamie Barnes is going to bring this one home for the win, followed by the number 14 in, which is Sean Johnson. In the third spot, the number 33 will be Bill Rood. In the fourth spot, the number 44, Jake Hessel, who made up a couple of car lengths after he got it going the wrong way. In the fifth spot, the 23P of Steve Parker. And in the sixth spot, the 29 of Eric Turner. As we'll let this one finish its way out. And we go into Heat 1 racing action for your modifieds. 2 heats in all of your divisions and all your classes this evening. And no stranger for that point, the 7K of Kevin Smith shows the way, being chased by the 67 of Mike Stelz. And Kevin already beginning to gap the field. However, the field stays. Oh, we've got one that goes around, and wasn't able to catch it, but we got one that went around, so we're going to have a restart. So for the modifieds, that was their first caution and restart of the year. And I'm sure there's going to be a few more before the season is over. And Kevin continues to show the way, and meanwhile behind him he's got, we got another one that went around. Second caution. And a second restart for the heat race. And Kevin Smith is going to continue to show the way on this one, although there was some pretty tight racing. Whoa, and we get We get a car up there. It looks like the 68 car. It looks like Ben Gunderson got it up alongside on the berm, hopped the berm, but managed to keep control. As the 8W with Rick Smith, it looks like he had a little adventure with the berm coming out of turn 2. So this one's going to end up with Kevin Smith winning it. In the second spot, the 67S of Mike Stelz. In the third spot with a good run, the 68 of Ben Gunderson. In the fourth spot, the M22 with Mel Decker. In the fifth spot, the 10XX Dan Butenschuhen. And in the sixth spot, the number 4 of Jeff Jensma. In the seventh spot, the 8W of Rick Smith. And they got him showing would have been the 8th spot, the 22M of Mel. No! Yeah, Race Monitor's got that one messed up. So anyway, there's your finishing order for Heat 1. And now we will go to Heat 2 for your modifieds. Five-car field for your modifieds in Heat 2. And we got two of them that turn it around, coming out at turn 2. So it'll be a restart. So these 5 cars, they're going to run pretty much a nose to tail in this heat race. They're going to go, nobody's really going to get a big advantage over anybody else, especially these 4 cars that are racing each other and they're racing each other hard for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And all that racing between the 4 of them is giving the ability of the 91 car, Chris Violu, to gap these 4 guys, and he's on the point in the 91. And we get one, and that's the 151 car of Adam Holtrup. He loses momentum as he kind of bounces it through turn 2. And in fact, we're going to have a caution here. As coming out of turn 2, Adam Holtrup got the car turned around. He went back to the pits. They'll live to race in the main. So this one's going to end up with a 91 of Chris Volo winning it. In the second spot, the M51 of Craig Moore. In the third spot, the 25 of Jeff Blanton. In the fourth spot, the 81 of Lane Zerbin. And in the fifth spot, the 151 of Adam Holtrup. Next up is going to be our 360s. And here we go with your Heat 1 of 2 for your 360s. Again, opening night at Skagit Speedway. And we got 2 cars that come together coming out of turn 1. And that's the 29 of Steve James and the 57 of Derek Roberts. Derek Roberts is back at the track racing a 360 after a 4-year hiatus. And that's a brand new car that Derek put together this season, and it's his first time out with a brand new car in 4 seasons. It's good to have Derek back. Popular driver, especially when he was running Sportsman's and ran, I believe it was 2 years with 360, and life took him in a different direction for a couple of years, but it's good to have Derek back. Up front, somebody else that it's good to have back is Travis Jacobson in the 22X. Oh, we got a car that's upside down, and that is the 4B of Bailey Jean. As we take another look at it, a vicious tumble. And here it is in slow motion. That looked downright vicious. And the safety crew is there. They are attending to Bailey. And Bailey is out of the car, and you can see that she's walking quite gingerly on the way to the ambulance. And folks, I would like to let you know that Bailey Jean is okay. She is a bit sore, a bit bruised. We actually were in contact with her, and she gave us permission to go ahead and to show the video of the incident and her bit of a wobble of a walk to the ambulance. But the good news, folks, is that after taking that rather hard tumble in turns 3, Bailey is okay, and she hopefully is going to be back in 2 weeks for the Summer Thunder series, which will be at Skagit in 2 weeks. So there's the good news. A scary moment for Bailey. The car got torn up pretty good, but as far as we know, no damage to the frame or the engine. Of course, the suspension and drive gear and that was pretty well shot. So we go back to racing in Heat 1 action. And the reason why I say it's good to have Travis Jacobson back, he drove a number of years back for Mike Anderson, and Jason Sowald now is took over the driving of that 18 car for Mike Anderson, as life took Travis, as life will. He had things he needed to do family-wise. A lot of it is supporting his own son, who was in quarter midgets at the time. And Travis is a very experienced racer, having won a World of Outlaws race with the 18, with the Mike Anderson 18 car a few years back. And Travis Jacobson is going to show the way on this. He's going to win it in the 22X, followed by the 33 of Colton Heath. In the 3rd spot, the number 17 of Cam Smith. In the 4th spot, the 33 of Lance Sargent. In the 5th spot, the 29W of Steve James. Bailey Jean would end up in the 6th spot, while Derek Roberts in the 57 would be in the 7th spot. Chris Bullock and Devin Borden would be 8th and 9th. As we go to our Heat 2 action for your 360s. And Luke Didiak in the 9A, wasting no time, makes his front row an excellent start for himself. Or I should say, he advantaged his front row position with a very good start. And that's the 15 car of Jeff Dunlap that got it going around the wrong way. Brought out the caution. We will have our restart. J.J. Hickel in the number 3 car. He's one of the cars down south. Races a great deal at. In fact, actually, he was. I don't know if it was last year, but he was the track champion at Elma in Grays Harbor. He was in the 2nd spot, and Greg Hamilton takes it away from him. And this one's going to end up, folks, with no one being able to chase down Luke's. Your winners in the 9A, Luke Didiak. In the 2nd spot, the 96 of Craig Hamilton. In the 3rd spot, J.J. Hickel in the 3 car. In the 4th spot, the 59 of Eric Fisher. In the 5th spot, the 10L of Brock Lemley. 6th spot, the 98 of Matt Jensen. The 7th spot, the number 23 of Garrick McLeese. In the 8th spot, the F1 of Corbin Farber. And in the 9th spot, the 15 of Jeff Dunlap. And we'll be right back with our A mains. Alright, Earth fans, here we go with your first of 3 A mains for your 2019 opening night at Skagit Speedway. It is your sportsman division. They hit the chalk, they get the green flag, and we are racing. And going out to the point after coming out of turn 2, it is going to be the 73 of Michael Bollinger. He's not going to hang on to it though, as we have a caution. As the 44 car of Jake Helsel never got it out of turn 2. So here we go with the restart. It'll be a complete restart, as the first lap was not completed. As Chase gets on the outside of Bollinger. Everybody into turns 1 out of 2, and this time it looks good. Oh, and Bollinger catches a rut, bounces it hard up the track, manages to avoid the wall, but that opens the door for Chase Getz as he takes over the point. Bollinger running in the 2nd spot. Sean Johnson tightly holding that inside line in turns 1 and 2, moves into the 3rd spot, and we have another caution as the 99 car of Malaki Gimmer comes to a stop on the front straight. Single file restart. Chase gets on the point. Bollinger in the 3rd spot, being chased by the 14 car of Sean Johnson. Shot of the old 6 car with Jamie Barnes. I think he's running around 5th right now. We got some ruts in the turns as the cars are bouncing their way around. And compliments of your videographer, a nice tight close-up. That wasn't intended, by the way. I had my gloves on because it had gotten a little cold, and they kind of stuck to the zoom control. It took me a bit to get the camera pulled back out. Here's your leader, Chase Getz, followed by Bollinger as he hops it again, this time through turns 1 and 2. Giving an opportunity for Sean Johnson to close in tightly, as well as Jamie Barnes. Sean Johnson gets underneath Bollinger's. Jamie Barnes tried, wasn't there, and all of a sudden Jamie Barnes is going up in smoke. That does not look good. He cuts it down to the inside, and Bollinger, for some reason, went to the inside of Jamie Barnes, and I'm not sure why. Jamie was trying to get it onto the apron to get the car off the track. So that's going to bring out a caution. And both Jamie Barnes and Bollinger retired on that bit of an incident. Fortunately, it could have been a lot worse, and fortunately it was not. Both cars, however, did retire from the race. And this puts Chase Getz, again, he's on point, and this time with the retirement of Bollinger and Barnes, we've got John Tharp, a long-time competitor here at Skagit. And Chase Getz continues to show the way, being chased by Tharp. And in Hessel, Jake Hessel gets that car doing a donut, coming out of turn 2, and puts it up lightly against the wall. So attrition's beginning to have an obvious effect on tonight's race, with the exception of Chase Getz. Nobody's got anything for him. So this one is going to end up with the 7-0 car of Chase Getz taking home the checker and the win, followed in the second spot by the 06 of John Tharp. In the third spot, it's to be the 14 of Sean Johnson. Steve Parker, veteran at Skagit Speedway, pulls into the fourth spot. Bill Rude, number 33, comes in at number 5 spot. The sixth spot is held by the number 29 of Eric Turner. And the 7th spot by number 54, Joe Lyon. Corey Swatzina, he's going to finish in the 8th spot. And the old car of Ashley Johnson in the 9th spot. In the 10th spot, it's going to be the 44 of Jake Helsel. As we got a car that looks to, oh, that's Ashley Johnson, as she looks to try and get that car off the track, and she does manage to do that, which is good. No caution. They continue to race. And we're going to have one more retirement before this race wraps up, and that is Corey Swatzina, number 2 car, as he has it on the apron, and he too will bring it into the infield. So heavy attrition on opening night for your sportsmen. And once again, the winner goes to the 7-0 of Chase Getz. In just a moment, we'll be back with your modifieds and your 360 A-mains. And race fans, here we go with your A feature race for your modifieds, and they get the green flag and the back of the field kind of piles up into each other, so they never even made it to the start finish line. So we're going to line them up and try to start again. See if they can get a little bit better start this time. So far it looks good. As the field goes into turn 1, comes out of turn 2. And once again, those gloves kind of got a little sticky on the zoom there, but I'll get that corrected for you. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly who's in the lead at this point. Other than the fact that it does look like Chris Bolio is about to take over the point. And indeed, that is the case. As we watch Kevin Smith as he's trying to move his way through traffic, and he catches his brother, the 8W Rick Smith, and turns him around. So that brings out the caution and a restart, and both the Smith brothers are moved to the back of the field for the restart. And indeed, it is Chris Bolio who is on point. Now, folks, you're going to want to stay with this race because it's got one dandy of a surprise ending. Kevin Smith in that red number 7. He's looking to make his way through the field as Ben Gunderson gets it wrong. I don't know if he had a little help, but he gets it going the wrong way. Coming out of turn 2, that brings out the caution. So again, we have the restart. Kevin Smith uses all of the track coming out of turn 4. Once again, he looks to make his charge up through the field. And we've got another caution. And that's Adam Holtrup who brings out the caution. Back to the restart. Now, I'm not going to let the cat totally out of the bag, but this race now is going to go caution-free from this point. And you've got a very good battle going on up front between Chris Bolio and the number 81 car of Lane Zerbin. As Kevin Smith continues to make his charge from the back of the field up through the field, getting himself into about the 4th position at this point in the race, possibly 5th. Now he's in 4th. And what's going to happen with this race that is a little unusual for the modifieds is you're going to see lap traffic beginning to have it's going to have an impact on the outcome of this race. It's a bit unusual for the modifieds to get into traffic and have it be sustained. A lot of times your leaders will get into traffic and a caution will come out and restart, but not in this particular opening A main. As you can see, Lane Zerbin, he is doing everything he can to chase down the 91 of Chris Bolio. Bolio continues to show the way as Lane Zerbin continues the chase. Now Bolio comes up on a slower car. Zerbin goes to the outside. They split the slower car, but Bolio lost too much speed, momentum, and we've got a new leader. It's the 81 of Lane Zerbin. As now both your first, second, and your third place car, which is now Kevin Smith, they're going to begin dealing with traffic for the remainder of this race. Shot of the 51 car there, Louis Nutter Sr. Zerban clears 2 competitors. And Bolio is looking for a way around slower traffic. Goes down to the inside. He's going to make it stick. And Bolio now solidly in second place, and the roles are reversed. He is now chasing the leader, Lane Zerban. While Kevin Smith is doing everything he can to chase down your top 2. Kevin Smith now clears traffic. Your leader, the 81 of Lane Zerban, being chased by the 91 in the second spot of Chris Bolio, and in the third spot, the 7K of Kevin Smith. Lane Zerban now finds himself again in traffic. He goes down low to force himself through traffic. Clears the 25 car. And now he's got more traffic directly in front of him, impeding his progress a bit. However, Bolio is still a bit of a ways behind, giving chase. We've got 1 to go. Zerban has cars in front of him. Bolio is right there. He's got 1 car between him. Zerban goes down low, tags the car. It sends him up the track, and Chris Bolio, coming out of turn 4, wins the A main feature of your modifieds. Told you there was going to be a bit of a surprise for this Indy. Your winner in the 91 was Chris Bolio. In the second spot, the 81 of Lane Zerban. And in the third spot, the 7K of Kevin Smith. In the fourth spot, the 51 of Craig Moore. And in the fifth spot, with a good strong run, the 68 of Ben Gunderson. And here we go with your feature main event of the evening, your A main of your 360s. And the field hits the chalk, they've got the green, and we are racing. JJ Hickle takes advantage of his front row starting position and goes to the point. Everyone with a successful first circuit. Hickle continues to show the way. And the cars woe up. We've got a caution as the 10L of Brock Lemley slows on the backstretch. Comes to a stop. Be a single file restart. And we are back to racing, and the 22X with Travis Jacobson is in the second spot. Four cars are battling out back in that 5th, 6th, and 7th position, one of them being the 17 of Cam Smith. Meanwhile, Hickle continues to be your leader. Greg Hamilton running in the third spot. Hickle now approaches traffic. Coming off of 4, goes to the high side. Now Hamilton closing in on Travis Jacobson. Bickle continues to use the high side as Brock Glimler looks to pull the car at 10L off into the infield. Bickle in close quarters now as he continues to navigate traffic. And Travis Jacobson in the 22X, who was running second, comes to a stop on the front stretch. That's a tough break for Jacobson on his return to Skagit Speedway. And on the restart, we're underway. Greg Hamilton now in the second spot. Colton Heath moving through the field, making progress, going to the front. Shot of Colton right there in the 33 as he gets around Duncan. Excuse me, Jeff Dunlap, not Duncan. Oh, and a caution comes out as that's the 57 of Derek Roberts. Derek Roberts has come to a complete stop. They've pushed him to the infield. On the restart, we're back underway. JJ Hickle so far has shown the way on every lap, being chased by Greg Hamilton. Eric Fisher finds himself in traffic in that 59 car. He's chasing Colton Heath for that third spot. Colton has moved into the third spot as he elects to run that mid-track, the high side mid-track. Cuts down low in turns 1 and 2. As the field continues to do battle, fighting for positions, and we've got a car that goes around, and that's the 29 of Steve James, the 29W. Back on the restart. Colton Heath now solidly in third place, chasing Hamilton. Hamilton is chasing Hickle. Hickle has led every lap so far. .360s, they get around this place in a hurry. 12 to 13 second laps. Shot at JJ Hickle in the number 3 car. There's Hamilton in the second spot, and closely followed by Colton Heath in the third spot. And I would think Hamilton's looking for some help from traffic, as is Colton Heath about this point, because Hickle is just doing everything right. Just as I said that, Hickle has to whoa up as he comes up on 2 or 3 slower cars. He splits 2 of them. And that was pretty much all that Hamilton needed, as he has closed the gap onto Hickle. Hamilton now within, he's right on the back bumper of, Hamilton right on the back bumper of Hickle. Hickle just slightly mid-track going through through turns 3 and 4. And now Hamilton momentarily has to whoa up, as that appeared to give Colton an opportunity to catch up to Hamilton. And then he drops back slightly. And now Hamilton is trying to show the front wing on the outside to Greg. J.J. Hickle just can't quite get it done. Oh, once again, Hamilton has to whoa up a bit with traffic. Hickle's been on the top side and just going on the outside on nearly for his, what I'm trying to say is Hickle's using the outside to get around traffic. And it's worked well for him as he's managed to hold Hamilton and Colton Heath off, and sure enough, he wins it. Your winner in the number three car is J.J. Hickle. In the second spot, the 96 of Greg Hamilton. In the third spot, the 33 of Colton Heath. In the fourth spot, the 59 of Eric Fisher. And in the fifth spot, the 17 of Cam Smith. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed opening day. Thanks for joining with us. And if you like this, you know, give a thumbs up, hit that like button, and certainly appreciate it. If you haven't already, if you subscribe to our channel, we've got the entire 2019 season ahead of us, and we're going to be bringing you a ton of races. Hey, this is Lauren Doolittle, and thank you for watching.